Yeah, it's about the bag with the triple single crew. We got Ronnie, Doc, Antonio, the real deal too. They coming and dropping knowledge, you know that they get to work. You know that triple single cover Bay Area sports. You know I'm coming hard, I don't feel like I'm in a hurry. Like number 30, I really got the range like Stephen Curry. Get a couple rings and
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the Triple Single Crew. We're back. Just got to talk to you guys a lot about Giants baseball. But first, let me introduce again Doc, Antonio Martinez, and Ronnie here with me to break it all down for you. So it was a tough weekend, fellas, for the Gigantes, but they bounced back big time last night, putting an 8-0 drubbing on the D-backs. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, the guy that I just want to highlight is Brandon Crawford, man. What's going on with Craw? 11 homers, 32 RBIs, and I think he's hitting 357 with runners in scoring position and well over 400 on base. So
Yeah.
the dude is just raking. He's the player of the month for me in May. And so I just want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? And what do we need to do to go forward to kind of maintain this and stay in this race?
Yeah. So I heard Crawford's actually working with Barry Bonds' former trainer. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Nah.
Listen.
Nice.
I mean, it's been power that's come out of nowhere for Crawford. I mean, he's always had it, right? But 11 home runs at this point of the season, that's pretty impressive, to say the least. Big shout out to Crawford, one of the OGs of our championship runs. I still remember it like it was yesterday when he was a young cat, playing in those big games, man, and making those amazing plays at shortstop and getting those timely hits as well. So lots of love for Crawford. That series against the Dodgers was tough. That first game, right? I felt like we were right there. I felt like we just needed to get that clutch hit. We lost to 2-1. Trevor Bauer was out here, asking the crowd for some more noise. Hey, hate him or love it. To me, that brings entertainment to baseball. So if that's
Yeah.
what it takes, like, hey, keep doing it, because the game's gotten a little bit boring. I'll say that myself. When you just continue to play too much with this old school mentality of you can't celebrate, you can't show someone up. If you strike out a hitter with in a big situation, to kind of save the game, celebrate,
Yep.
pump up. If you hit a home run, when you were down and you just had the game, flip that bat. I don't care. You just did the hardest thing in sports, which is hit a baseball. And so tough series, but we bounced back, like you said, real deal against the Diamondbacks, which is great. I was asking our boy Ronnie if he knew if we were gonna face Bumgarner this series. He didn't know. I don't know. Maybe you do.
No, I didn't. I
Um,
didn't see his name.
yeah, that's what
Didn't
I'm
know
looking
about him.
forward to. I'm still always looking forward to those matchups.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know he struggled a little bit, a lot of bit last year, and he struggled a little bit right before he left us. And so, I wish him all the best, but I do hope he continues to struggle when he plays us. As to what do we need, again, just to solidify the bullpen, just to be really clear on who's our closer, who's our eighth inning guy, who's our seventh inning guy. Still don't feel like we have that quite down. And then
Yep.
just keeping our bats healthy, man. We've been dealing with a lot of injury bug this season as it pertains to our lineup. It's been hard to get a consistent like rhythm or momentum.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember on Friday, Doc invited me to his house to watch the playing game with the Warriors against the Grizzlies. And then after that game, we watched the Dodgers and the Giants. And, you know, 2-1, super close. Like, Doc was telling me, like, they're right there, just got to get the bats rolling. And then obviously we seen as the next couple of days, just they got wrecked. But
Mm-hmm.
it was a huge bounce back game yesterday. I think Evan Longoria hit a home run yesterday, which was super clutch. So,
Yeah.
just keep the bats rolling. Shout out to Brandon Crawford, like you said, real deal. He's been playing excellent baseball, and just keep the bats healthy. And like Doc said, just solidify the bullpen and see who the actual closer is, because there have been some games this season alone where we would have a few runs on the board ahead, and we would end up losing like on a walk off. So just solidify the
Yeah.
bullpen. Is what I would say.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I do want to kind of go back real quick and just run with your point on fun in baseball, Doc, just for a second, because I do agree with you. If where would baseball be without Fernando Tatis doing the stuff that he does, having a good time, showing some flair, and really entire Slam Diego team, right? Like, I hate to say it because obviously they're a rival, but they're a fun team to watch. They got a lot of fun young players. The Dodgers just creating public enemy number one right now with Trevor Bauer,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm fine with. as long as when Elio Ramos comes up and he bat flips all the way to your dugout, you don't say
You
anything
don't
after
say
that.
anything. Mm-hmm.
Just don't say
Mm-hmm.
anything. So, because it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's coming. The young fellas are coming. So, I'm fine with all that, and I agree with you. You need to have more fun in this game. I mean, the viewership and getting young fans involved, like that's part of it. It's not just all the other extra stuff about social media and how
Yep.
much
Yep.
baseball needs to do to make it more fun for the young fans.
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally agree with you, and I love that stuff. Look, this whole mustache May thing going on, right? Like I love that kind of stuff. We started calling that stuff out kind of early too, and we saw Yaz with it.
Yep.
And so, I think it's a lot of fun. I think that this team is going to keep getting better, like we talked about. Ramos is still raking. I know Bart is finally getting it going, so that's really nice to see. Um, but again, to me, the story of these older guys, right? Like Longo picking it back up again. I mean, Belt was hitting
Sure.
okay there for a while. He got hurt. Looks like he's going to be out a while. But to me, I mean, Buster and Craw at 34 years old, both of them, and they're just annihilating the baseball. And Buster said recently, I think on Giants Talk, the NBC Sports Bay Area podcast they have, that it's just things that he noticed around the league. He saw that guys were throwing harder, so he needed to adjust what he did. He needed to also get it going a little faster. So what he did was he closed that stance for all those fans watching all those years. You see that foot is a little bit in now. He's kind of closed. He still has the high leg kick, but he gets it going a little bit quicker, and it's made a lot of difference. And with Craw, it's the opposite. That stance is wide open.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Craw looks like, I don't know, Todd Helton or somebody out there, where he's got like this really, wide open stance. But again, it's all about timing. And if that helps your timing, these guys have always been able to make contact. It's just
Yeah.
how consistent and how much power. And
Yeah.
so it's been fun to watch. And, I do think Farhan's going to make some moves with that pen. But it's nice to see Selman back up, who I really liked last year. Don't know why the heck he was ever down there. He's been pitching. He pitched pretty nicely. That guy, Tropiano, came up. I know he allowed a run, but I was like, man, that's a pitcher. Like, he doesn't throw hard, but he's got movement,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's got deception. So they're gonna go and sign at least one dude to fortify this thing, because I think the Giants are going to stay in this race. I mean, we're not really healthy, like you guys said.
Yeah. That's my ultimate hope, is that we can stay in it long enough to make that move, and to continue to have some of the vets invested and playing hard, right? Not one of those seasons where, it's capable for them to have 1 foot in, 1 foot out, knowing we're not really going to make a run. Because you can tell that they came out the doors hungry, on fire this season. It looks like that sweep to the Dodgers didn't completely demoralize them, because they came and they, whooped some butt yesterday. And so let's hope that they can build on that momentum and just keep moving it forward. But as to what you were saying about fun in baseball, what's interesting, right, is that baseball is made up a lot of Latin American players who, in their countries, it's all about fun. It's all about the rah-rah, the necklaces, the showboating. That's what's fun. I don't know if y'all remember that huge home run by Jose Batista, where he did that bat flip in the playoffs.
yeah.
I love that. That moment, when I see that video, that highlight, that gives me chills. Because that is how you should feel when you hit a home run like that, right? No different than when Curry makes those threes and he pulls his shirt up, right? Nobody at all is really that mad, because they know that moment was big, and that's the type of response that it deserved. And so I really hope baseball does start to go in that way. I agree with you, Will. They try to do a lot of this. Oh, watch the game on YouTube. Oh, we're promoting it on TV and different channels, Nickelodeon, whatever the case may be. That's not, if it's still boring and if it's not entertaining, they're still not going to watch. They're going to change the channel. You know what I mean? Like, we're living in a whole different generation and time with technology. Like, it needs to be fun on the field, not just the production value of it.
Yeah, and I think one thing, sorry, Ron, I'll let you jump in, but I just wanted to say too, just, and I don't know if we'll ever get back to this, but put the ball in play. I think that is a big deal. Like, we don't have as much action anymore, and you got to put the ball in play. The Giants struck out 20 times the other night. That stuff needs to stop, because what happens is that the game becomes very easy to manage at that point, and it becomes really horrible to try to digest. And so, you got to put the ball in play. That way you have double steals again. You have guys being athletes again.
Yeah.
You have errors because they're human, and that stuff is fun. You know, suicide squeeze. Like
Yep.
the modern player doesn't know what the heck that is. They don't know how to bunt.
They don't even know
And
how to
so
bunt anymore.
they don't know how to bunt. And it's a play that, you know, and I get it. The analytics point to this and that, but at the end of the day, if it's about making money and it's about also having fun, the best teams are always going to win. So the analytics part, that stuff, it's more
It
to me
only
about
goes so
scouting.
far. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's about scouting and then being able to get on base. I'm all good with that. But put the ball in play as well. Stop watching strike three.
Yeah.
You know, choke up on the bat, swing the bat. We'll see. You know, again, I could be wrong and I could be way past my prime when it comes to this argument. But I think that that's how you get the young fans involved. It's not by doing YouTube games or whatever, which was fine. I watched, it
Yeah.
was fine, you know, whatever. But you gotta have more action. You have more action, it'll be fun again, and you're gonna have viewership go way up for this kids.
Yeah. Last thing I'll say, Ronnie, I want you to get on, but let me just say this because a real deal got this to my mind. In extra innings, no outs, runner on second base, bunt the ball, bunt him over to third. Give yourself a chance just at a sac fly to bring him in, a hit to the other side of the field. Come on, man. Like that would have been a no-brainer. You just got to get the guy over to third, and you have two other guys to hit. You know, off rip, like, come on now. The analytics, I think, at times are getting in the way of just the intimacy and natural instincts of baseball that make it such a beautiful and amazing sport to watch.
Yep.
Yeah. Just how advanced technology is, you know, people don't even have to go to the games. They can literally just watch it on, like, you know, a live stream on YouTube or, like, you know, wherever on the internet. And, you know, literally nowadays it's either strikeout or a home run. Like, you know, guys could have 30 home runs, but they have like 200 strikeouts in a season. And it's just, you can say that either the pitchers are really dominant or, you know, the players just, you know, just don't want to swing at strike three. And, you know, not even just like watching the games from home, they kind of like get me bored. Like I fall asleep trying to watch the games. Like the pitchers take 30 seconds after every pitch just to throw like another ball, and then the batter not even swing. So, you know, I feel like it's difficult watching baseball games at home, but I feel like if you're actually there and watching it, it's just a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Just because, like, you know, obviously you're there watching it, but, you know, like you said, with, you know, the Jose Bautista home run, you know, Trevor Bauer, you know, going crazy, and then Fernando Tatis, I think the NL West is one of the best divisions of baseball, and, you know, it's going to be a run for the races. And I think, you know, if the Giants can stay healthy and, you know, eventually fix their short little problems, I think, you know, they can stay in this run for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well said. And you know, it's fun at the yard. They need to make it fun when you're sitting at home as well, because it's great that we can fill up the stadiums, but we got to have everybody happy to watch baseball again in front of the TV. So, you know, and like you guys said, you know, it's like you're saying, Ronnie, about like it gets boring because the pitcher, you know, takes a long time and you're watching dominant pitching. We had 7 no-hitters already. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. And I want to give credit to those pitchers, and they deserve the credit. But a lot of it too is these guys can't hit. They can't hit for average as well as they used to. And so, you know, hopefully that'll change. I know I'm having fun watching the Giants, and I think they're hitting really well. And I think our contact hitting is going to improve. We just got to get that bullpen going, and we'll be fine.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna gear up tonight to watch some Gigantes again against the D-backs, and hopefully we sweep this 2-game set. But for myself, Doc, and Ronnie, we're gonna sign off. Thank you guys so much for following us on Twitter and Instagram at TSC Bay Area. And as always, shout out to Ronnie's mom. Thanks again for lending him to us here on the show. Take care, everybody.
Awesome. See everybody.
Peace.